Well, good morning, YouTubers. What a winter we're going to have this year, I think, somehow. It's very breezy and chilly today, and I'm out here on a wildlife reserve near where I live. I have to be very careful where I'm walking because there are piles of cow poo scattered around the place, and they are quite fresh. I don't really want to tread in one if I was honest, so I'm going to keep fairly still with this recording, I think. Yeah, so I'm a wildlife photographer. I've been doing it for quite a few years. I've been doing photography since I was 14, so that's 60 years. I've been doing wildlife, I would say, for 15 to 20, I'd say. And during that period of time, I've had a number of different lenses and cameras. I'm a Nikon person. I've always been Nikon. So I've had Nikon. I think my first Nikon decent camera was a D80 maybe, something like that. Then D200, I think, 200S. I've upgraded all the time, you know, as we do, wasting our money. So there's a big choice in terms of cameras and lenses. The purpose of this video today, though, is to talk to you about your choice of lens for wildlife. I think it's down to the individual, and everybody's different, and it depends what you want to do, really, whether you want to take still images or whether you want to do video or both, or whatever, and what type of wildlife you're going to be trying to capture. I'm in the UK, I live in Worcestershire, so I'm mainly interested really in birds, I think. I think birds are the main quarry, although occasionally, obviously, mammals as well, if we get the chance. But generally speaking, small to medium-sized birds, I suppose, are going to be on my bucket list most of the time. So I need a lens that I can reach. I can't always get in a little hide, or like a hidden private hide, because these days there are very few places these days where you can go and not be found or not be seen or not be interfered with. When I say interfered with, I don't mean interfered with. I meant, you know, people coming around and walking past with dogs and whatever. So it's interfering your concentration in your filming. So there's very few places you can go to these days in the UK, I think. I mean, I think I might have found one here, hopefully today, although I do have a few of these big beasts lurking in the background over there, these big cows. But generally speaking, it's not easy to find somewhere quiet. But I think I might have found somewhere today. Anyway, that's beside the point. So, I need a lens. The purpose of my film today is about lenses, really. I need a wildlife lens that will enable me to capture birds, small mammals, smallish mammals, easily, and a lens that I can carry comfortably without it being too much of a burden. But I need that reach. I've always thought I've never had really enough reach in the past. I've always thought of just a bit more would be nice, you know what I mean? So so I've had 300mm f2.8s with a 2x convert. It's not too bad, but it's only 600mm. Doesn't really go that far for the sort of thing that I'm doing. I've had a 400mm f2.8, which was really, really heavy, and that with a 2x converter, obviously that gives you 800mm at f5.6, which is good. It's not bad. In fact, it's very good, but it's a heavy beast. So, in the past 6 months, I've been looking at for something a little bit lighter, and maybe a lens as well that will go with the modern cameras, you know, the mirrorless cameras, which I now have. But I also have a digital SLR as well. So my wildlife setup really at the moment now is a Nikon Z8, and with this lens here, which I'll tell you about it in a minute. Don't use a converter with it. Don't think that would be really viable, although it could be a 1.4, might be, but I'm not too bothered, don't need it. So I'm using the Z8, and the Z8 is a mirrorless camera, as you know, so I wanted to pair it with a good lens that was not too heavy, that gave me good reach, and with a reasonable aperture, a prime lens. I was looking for a prime lens, to be fair. And so I've come up with this little baby. Now, there are compromises to be made with all of these things. I am not a wealthy man as such. Okay, I'm retired. I've got a few quid saved and stuff, and it's access to credit cards like most people, and bank loans. But yeah, I don't want to spend too much on this gear because it's only for pleasure, really. Okay, I've got my YouTube channel, but that's about all. I don't sell any pictures anymore. I don't think people buy pictures much these days. So I'm only really looking to make films, take photographs that other people can enjoy, and that can give me feedback and say, oh, I really enjoyed that video you did about the snipe the other day, or the kingfisher, or whatever. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for financial gain. I'm not bothered about. It would be nice to get a few subscribers. By the way, if you are watching this, please subscribe to my channel, because there's going to be a lot more videos about equipment coming up in the future if you're interested in that sort of thing. And also, you can have a look at my wildlife videos and images. Yeah, so I was looking for a lens that will enable me to achieve most of my goals that I'm aiming to achieve, I think. Satisfying my need for quality, and I am very much, try to do the best I can. I like quality things, I like quality equipment, I like quality videos, I like quality images. So I don't really want to compromise on quality, and I don't think anything Nikon generally is a compromise in terms of quality, or very few things. So I had to choose a lens. Anyway, so now I had a budget. My budget was not massive. I traded in my old lens, which was a 180 to 400 f4, not a very common lens. It had a built-in converter to it. It was a very good lens. I enjoyed that lens. It was a great lens, but very heavy. But so anyway, I traded that in for this, and it pretty much had to chuck a couple of quid at it. It was pretty much a straight swap, really. So this lens, I'm going to unveil it now. I'll take the cover off. Let me get the cover off. Let me just stop this a second. Right, I'm back now. You'll be pleased to know that I just released the cover off the lens, but the cord on the cover, this little bit of string, was caught inside the fixing onto the gimbal, onto the Wimberley tripod mount. So I had to release it, and it fell off into a pile of cow poo. It couldn't have missed, really, because it was right below my feet here, and it was obviously going to happen, wasn't it? Anyway, that doesn't matter. I can soon clean that up when I get home. Yeah, so this is the lens. So this is the Nikon 800mm 6.3S phase Fresnel lens. Whatever that means, I do not know. So it's the Nikon Z mount 800mm 6.3 VRS phase Fresnel lens. So this is it. Now you'll see when I lift it off, take it off the tripod. I use it on a tripod a lot because I'm filming, but you don't have to. People do hand hold these things. I mean, it's not bad. It's not, I wouldn't say that's a heavy lens as such. I mean, it's a bit, I mean, you could hold it up and do stuff with it. I mean, I have done occasionally, but I wouldn't want to do it for long. I'm too old now to sustain holding something still like that for very long, that sort of weight. It's, youngsters be able to do it, but I can't do it now. So I like to use it on a tripod. I use it either on the Wimberley or on an ordinary movie a movie head on the tripod, one of the two. Today I've got it on this Wimberley, which is an old Wimberley I've had for years, and it's got some nice big battle scars on it, but it's pretty good. Yeah, so I use it for the wildlife, and I have to say it does have features on here like memories and things which I never use. I don't know why they bother putting the memory buttons on, really. It's hardly necessary. I mean, okay, if you're sat in a hide all day long and you're waiting for a certain bird to land on a stick, which is a bit boring, then yeah, okay, it could be useful. But other than that, I don't know what purpose it is really. Maybe you guys can enlighten me as to what the reason for it is. Yeah, so it's 800mm. It does have facilities for a filter. You can pop a little filter in here, which I haven't bought yet. If I do buy one, it'll be a polarizing filter, because I think that's generally speaking the sort of thing that I'd be looking to have, because I do a lot of work near water, so it would be good to be able to cut some bit of the glare out. So one of the considerations that I had to come to terms with when I bought the lens, or before I chose the lens, was it's an f6.3 aperture. And I was thinking, oh dear, I've always had f2.8s or f4s. f6.3 is going to be a bit of a problem. Is it? To be honest with you, I look back at a lot of my really good pictures and stuff, and most of the time I was shooting at f8. f8's a great aperture normally for taking pictures of birds. If you've got the light, it's brilliant. You get the bird in focus all the way from front to back pretty much, and you know, it's a great aperture. So why was I thinking about, well, f6.3 can be a bit of a problem? I don't think so. I'm still shooting at f8, by the way, most of the time now. Although obviously if the light isn't good, you have to drop down to f6.3. But so that's not an issue for me, really. The lens itself is very, very sharp. I don't think I can criticise the lens in any way, shape or form in terms of its clarity. It is an absolutely exceptional lens in terms, it's probably better than any of the other lenses I've had. Certainly it's even better than the 180 to 400 f4 that I had, which was a lovely lens, but it hadn't got this has just got the edge. So it's very, very sharp. Now I'm going to tell you a negative thing about this lens now, and it's so minor, it's so pathetic really, but it is a negative feature, and I don't like this. The way you get this on and off, this hood. Don't like it. It's nowhere near as good as the old system of the little screw thing that you just screwed the thing on. This is like a fiddling to get this, and yeah, no, that's the only thing I don't like. Other than that, I highly recommend this lens. I know this, you're probably expecting me to say a lot more detail. I don't know all the technicalities. I'm not going to give you show you graphs of aberration and all the other technical stuff that I don't even understand anyway. Although I'm a photographer for many, many years, I don't understand all that crap. So I'm not going to even bore you with it. Not even going to try. So yeah, it's a great lens. I highly recommend it. So for 5,000 quid, you can buy this lens. Now, if that's not good value, I'll eat my hat. I do not know of any other options other than a second-hand 600, 800 f4, something maybe you're going to get for that sort of money, maybe not. Yeah, no, I don't think you're getting anything quite as good as this. No chance. It's just not possible. And why they've sold it so cheaply, I do not know. I mean, it's good, I'm pleased, but it's bloody cheap. Yeah, so highly recommended. If you are interested in seeing my review of the camera, the Z8, I'm going to be doing that very shortly. You need to stay, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, and you'll see it when it comes up. It won't be long, it'll be a couple of weeks' time. I've already started work on it, but I need to do one or two other things to it. So if you're interested in seeing my review of the Z8, then please subscribe and like this video. Okay, it's been a great pleasure talking to you, and good wildlife shooting. Not shooting with a gun, with a camera, please. Okay, cheers, bye.